Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Subject information. David Goggins was born on February 17, 1975, and grew up in Buffalo, New York with his mother, father, and brother for a few years of his early life. Growing up in a very abusive household due to his father, and forced to work in a toxic environment at such a young age, Goggins was held from the proper education he direly needed as a child. When his mom finally gained the courage to remove herself from the abusive relationship, she took David with her, and they both moved to Brazil, Indiana. Growing up with very little money and on the verge of poverty in Brazil, David also struggled heavily in school. However, he made his way through most of his high school career by cheating and never truly learned the curriculum. Also, David and his mom were one of the very few black people in Brazil at the time, making him stick out more than he would have liked to. There was also a very racist presence in Brazil, having David be called the N-word multiple times. After high school, Goggins decided to turn to the military. After failing out of the Air Force Special Operations Unit due to a medical condition, he served as a member of the United States Air Force Tactical Air Control Party from 1994 to 1999. During this time, Goggins gained over 100 pounds, becoming obese and maxing out at 297 pounds. After the Air Force, Goggins worked as an exterminator and was heavily depressed and needed a change badly. After being motivated by a documentary he saw on the Discovery Channel, Goggins decided to try to join in the Navy SEALs, and to do that, he needed to lose over 100 pounds in less than 3 months. After succeeding in losing the weight, Goggins went through 3 Navy SEAL training Hell Weeks in 1 year and finally graduated from BUDS, or Navy SEAL training, in 2001. He served in Iraq until 2004, and later that year graduated from Army Ranger School with the distinction of enlisted top honor man. He is the only man to ever do this, and meanwhile, Goggins competed in multiple ultramarathons and became known as one of the world's top endurance athletes. Context. Goggins is mainly known for pushing himself to his absolute full potential. After becoming obese in the time of his Air Force days and losing over 100 pounds in less than 3 months, one of Goggins' most notable accomplishments is completing Navy SEAL training. After being medically waived twice from BUDS, he had one chance left to pass the training. Goggins is the only person to go through 3 Hell Weeks in 1 year. Goggins is also widely known as one of the best ultramarathon runners in the world. He has competed in more than 60 ultramarathons, triathlons, and ultra-triathlons, setting new course records and regularly placing in the top 5, competing in competitions such as Badwater 135, which is a 135-mile race through Death Valley. However, one of his most notable accomplishments is that Goggins did all of this while living with a hole in his heart. In 2010, a hole was found in Goggins' heart and allowed his heart to only function at about 75% of its full capacity. After 2 surgeries, Goggins was soon back on his feet and running again. Goggins is never satisfied, and in 2013, he decided to set after the world record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours. After 2 failed attempts, he finally set the record at 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours. David Goggins is also widely known for his motivational speaking. Having shared his story with many people over the years, Goggins is known for preaching mental toughness and pushing past your mental barriers. Known as the 40% rule, Goggins believes that most people only use 40% of their full capabilities, and by tapping into yourself to use the extra 60% is how Goggins got to where he is today. Pushing past anything that sets you back and focusing on success is what Goggins preaches heavily and what he is known for. Cultural information. Goggins grew up in a very racist town, and throughout his high school years in the early 90s, he experienced a lot of racism from hate speech and vandalism on his car. The KKK even marched in the town's 4th of July parade in 1995. Goggins, however, tried his best to block out this racism and use it to fuel him to get to the next level, and he did exactly that. Goggins even faced racism in the Navy SEALs, as he tried to join a special class of Navy SEALs known as the Development Group, but was declined due to the color of his skin. Goggins did not let any of this affect him, however. He took it in stride. Rather than wallow in these feelings and racism, Goggins decided to use it as fuel to push him past his full potential and to prove all of his doubters wrong. He went through life and continues to go through life with a chip on his shoulder, pushing past his full potential. Not only through Goggins' Navy recruitment, but also through his motivational speeches, Goggins has shown countless people that no matter where you come from or what you have gone through, you can do so much more than what you think you can. Goggins has inspired thousands of people across the world to push past their doubts. Questions and answers. Why did you choose this biography? I chose this biography because I wanted to learn more about David Goggins than what I already knew. I also was very interested in his philosophies of life, and I wanted to learn more of how he has got to the point of where he is now. What did you like about this person? What I liked about David Goggins was his drive and how he never quit. He has a lot of motivation to complete whatever he starts and goes out of his way to challenge himself in new areas that are new to him. He is never satisfied with what he has previously accomplished and is constantly looking forward to see what he can do next. What lesson can you learn from this person's life? The major takeaway from Goggins' life is that anybody can do anything they set their mind to. There is never a limit to how much somebody can do, and if they think there is, you can always push past that to fully use your 100% potential. What surprised you about this person? I was surprised about how harsh David Goggins' upbringing was and how he overcame that to become the person he is today. Also, a big surprise to me was how David Goggins was once obese, and now he is one of the fittest men in the world. Quotes. You can tolerate doubt as a backseat driver, but if you put doubt in the pilot seat, defeat is guaranteed. The point is not to allow a setback to shadow our focus or our detours to dictate our mindset. Always be ready to adjust, recalibrate, and stay after it to become better somehow. At first, when you push beyond your perceived capability, your mind won't shut the fuck up about it. It wants you to stop, so it sends you into a spin cycle of panic and doubt, which only amplifies your self-torture.